Honorary Board Member John Shuff.
You can be a board member because you've been disabled or whatever, but a lot of the board members there were just people that gave a damn, that really cared, about the human condition, and that really wanted to make a contribution to others, and in a way that really I think really helped them. It really made them feel good about themselves, the board members, when they see these programs, and not the fancy dinners and the dances and all that, but when they see the actual, when the rubber hits the road, when they see what these things really do for people. I mean, that's really, and people now, this is, as Margaret Mary told me, my wife, this program is really nationally known now. But I think the big thing about it, the National Ability Center for me, was that it represented the art of the possible. I had never really thought of myself as a skier, or that I really could do a lot. Besides, athletically, because I had played ball at Notre Dame and I had a lot of fun and really enjoyed it. But when I became disabled, I became kind of lazy, not mentally, but physically. And so when I got back in the hunt, I really got really invigorated. And the thing I really liked about the National Ability Center was that it did represent the art of the possible. I really got back in the hunt, but I really saw what the effect that it had on a lot of the kids that were there. And I get a little choked up about it because the kids that were there were so, there was a blind kid, and there were kids who had CP, and they were kids that never really had enjoyed the things that I had seen in life. And I really thought the volunteers there were so terrific, and they were so patient with those kids. And they really they gave them a lot of hope. The National Ability Center represents hope, because for everybody who was in those programs, they really had a chance to really understand themselves and what their capabilities were. And I really had never seen that. I never thought I could ski like that. I never had any real inclination until I got out there and did it. And I think that's what all those kids did, the kids doing that program. And what the program really endeavors to do is to really bring hope to the kids, but most of all to their families and their support systems. Because when those families saw those kids come back, I just think, and the kids would all come in there with the instructors and everything else, and the parents would be there, and they would hug them, and they would hold them, and they would see the kids, how they felt good about themselves. They really did, and and the parents, I think I think their fears were alleviated when they saw that their kids had done something, that they'd achieved something. And I think that to a large extent, that's really what that whole entity brings to people, is hope. It brings hope to the family. It brings hope to the individual in much different ways. The individual is because they're back on the hunt. The family is because they see the child achieving something that they never believed they could achieve. And I think that's so important.